Hey guys, welcome to Reality Check. I'm Huang Jiyuan. Could China and the US indeed become partners like Bremmer wrote? And then can we have this global governance? Let's start with some basics. Together, China and the United States account for more than 40% of global GDP. They are the two largest trading countries, the top patent applicants, the two largest manufacturers. The two consumes more than 40% of global energy. They are the largest contributors to UN peacekeeping operations, and the list goes on. In a recent interview with The Guardian about climate change, the US Special Presidential Envoy for Climate John Kerry said, "Absent China, are we getting the best hope for where we want to try to go? Not in my judgment." So yes, partnership between China and the United States is indispensable for global governance, but what's standing in the way of that?
Right now, the United States is raising tensions with China. It's doing so deliberately, dangerously, and provocatively. The U.S. government, I should say, the American people, not so much, but the U.S. government thinks that we are in a grand competition with China, that it's a devastating competition. We need to contain China. So what we need is dialogue. We need better understanding. We need the leaders of China and the United States to meet routinely. We need governments to meet routinely so that this is a normal relationship.
In political science, there's this theory about agency. Broadly speaking, it treats politics as constituted by individual agents, and these individual agents could act based on their own interests and affect real change. Over the last several years, we've seen that playing out in the US politics. We've seen a leader who dismantles decades norms for his own fantasy and pushes the two countries into a trade war. Politicians aggressively upsetting the balance in the Taiwan Strait just to secure political gains and a legacy. A section of the population whipped up by hyper-nationalism. They turn against the innocents, some against their own people.
In fact, I would argue the U.S. is more politically dysfunctional right now than all of the other G7 advanced industrial economies. And you see that with the events of January 6th. You see it with the Democrats and Republicans treating each other as the enemy internally. And that's unfortunately only getting worse. So, it's been coming for decades now. There are some people trying to fix it, but no one believes that this is going to be resolved in the next 10 years. So it's a reality. It's a fundamental constraint we have to deal with.
Anti-China becomes easy for politicians, the easy excuse for domestic failures, the easy crowd-rousing platitudes in campaigns, the easy proof that someone having a grasp on international affairs. But there's no such thing as a free lunch. There's always a price, and the world is paying for it. Bremmer wrote in the book that the world needs China closer to center stage. It needs Chinese investment. It needs China to remain stable and predictable and to grow. And if Washington wants to build a pragmatic partnership with Beijing, it should join the rest of the world in recognizing that reality. That's a big reality check for American politicians by a veteran Washington insider. They really should take note of it.